Go. And we're live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and filth bags galore. Welcome to Tripp Smokepit. Tonight we're talking to Amanda Robertson about all kinds of things, about, books, outer space, acting, maybe the Marine Corps a little bit. And then we're going to start it off with whiskey. But hello, Amanda. I know we already said hello, but, we got to say hello for the peeps.
Yes. Hello for everyone who was not here 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. No, but what were we talking about? Whiskey.
Yes, and I was shocked that they put actual rocks in there.
Yeah, because think about it. Like back in the day, right? And we're talking about back in the day. We're talking like 1,000 years ago, right? They would make their whiskey and they'd have it either at their house or, at the tavern or pub or whatever they call it in Gaelic. And it's like, hey, I want some cold whiskey. So what they would do is they'd go to a creek and all the water's cold enough to where it's cold, but not frozen freezing. And they take the rocks out of it, which were freezing cold. They put it in their whiskey and that'd make their whiskey cold. This is also before like there was even a concept of clean water, and like nobody knew what the fuck germs were. So it's like, I drink the water out of this. I could put the rocks in it too.
Like you played the Oregon Trail and you died from dysentery. Well, that's not fair. I didn't drink the water. My character did.
Yeah. No. And then I know that there are certain whiskeys that you're supposed to put ice in so that when the water melts, it has a chemical reaction with the whiskey and it brings the taste out. Like that's why, like the main ways you drink whiskey is neat, just nothing with it on the rocks like ice, or they'll mix whiskey with just water and skip the middle step.
But that's why they call it on the rocks. Like I didn't realize that. Like I know that for cooking, they would heat up the rocks in the fire and then pick them up with a tool and then put it into a pot of water to boil water to cook their food. Yeah. But I didn't know I didn't know that's where that phrase came from. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no. And then there was other people that what they would do is like, they'd build a fire and they have a bunch of big stones around it. And the stones would all be hot because the fire's been going forever. And they would just put their meat or whatever directly on the rocks to warm it up. However, I don't think there's a saying that came from that one.
Don't touch the hot rock. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, whiskey, Jameson, sponsor me.
Yes, and it's good with ginger beer in it.
That's almost a mule.
Well, I put lime in it. Does it make it a mule now?
I think part of the drink is having it in that like copper cup. You see,
I'm not that fancy.
I'm not either. But there's this place in Vegas I found. It was a restaurant, but they had this thing where it was like 3 for $9 or 3 for $10. And if you got a meal, you would also get 3 drinks for $10, which is a good price out of that. And they would give you like doubles of shit. So it's like, technically speaking, this is 6 drinks that I just bought for $9. Fucking Viva Las Vegas, man. You give me all your food.
Where you can get drunk for cheap.
Yeah. I mean, because like on the casino floor, they'll bring you booze while you're gambling for free. Like, granted, it's a small little cup, but their rationale is like you're drinking more, you're gonna be a little bit more loose with your money, house is gonna win. And hey, Doc, what's up? So.
Yep. I've only been to Vegas once when I was of legal age to drink, and that's when I discovered that what are they called? White Russians?
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I discovered white Russians, and that changed my life.
Dude, I love those. My only qualm with them, though, is if I'm drinking White Russians, that has to be the only thing I drink that night, because that cream will curdle with anything else.
Yes, it will, and then you'll have a bad time.
Yeah, and puking up cottage cheese after you decided to have a fucking Budweiser is not...
Yes, I agree.
Not a good time. So, yeah. So you were talking about how your boyfriend's making you watch through Star Trek. Did you see that episode yet, or go through that one where the USS Enterprise gets captured by, I forget who they capture them, but they end up getting out because Scotty has a drinking match, and they're not drinking the replicated synthahol, they're drinking actual scotch, and Scotty just drinks everybody under the table.
I think I do remember that episode, but like I said, my memory is really not that great when we talk about Star Trek, since we've gone from TOS and then like I said, we're going in order. So we've done TOS and TNG, and then stopped halfway through TNG to watch the movies, and then switched back. And so we're on Voyager season 6 right now.
Nice.
Yeah, but Yes.
Yeah, no, like what is it? Like, so you can pretty much break Voyager into two parts, like the first part that had Kess, and then the second part that had 7 and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're almost two different shows once they
Yes.
readjust everything.
I agree. And when they had Kess just leave, she turns into this big ball of energy, and she just
Like, oh god,
no more Kess. Yep, she's a god now. Like, she's just gone. Thanks for shooting us 10,000 light years across space. But I just was like, why? Because he was telling me about the actress and how she's had like problems with drugs and not being able to find work and stuff like that. And it's like, but I didn't hate her on the show.
No. Well, the other thing is, if I remember right, the actress that played 7 and 9, her boyfriend was one of the producers, and it's like, hey, you want a job? But going back to Scotty, though, fun fact about him: James Doohan's his real name, and he was in the Canadian Army in World War II, and he landed on, I think, Sword Beach on D-Day. He got like 3 to like 5 confirmed kills, like, and on the half hour he was on the beach, and then one of his guy behind him, machine gunner, got shot and fell down and did the movie "oh god" thing, and then like shot Scotty like 8 times, and he got shot like right here in the hand, so they had to pull his finger out and they just sewed it back together, so he looks like a cartoon character on one hand, and that's why you never see that his whichever hand it is, you never see both his hands.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Dude's confirmed badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome, because that's how. So speaking of Star Trek, that is how this group, that the thing that you saw yesterday for a little bit, it started out with Star Trek the animated series, and it was just 5 of us. So
since we're talking about that, can you talk about what exactly that is?
Yes. Yes. So my boyfriend Jay and his friend Rob and their friend Mark, whom they all know each other through theater stuff, they put together something called a CV-19 Pop Culture Readers Theater. So like I said, it started out with just the 5 of us. It was Rob, his wife, Mark, me, and Jay. And so we did Star Trek the animated series, a couple of those, and then we decided, well, let's branch out. Like, we could do pretty much anything, right? And at first we were a little too overzealous because we were picking stuff that didn't have scripts already online. So there were some nights where every night we were sitting there, and this was in the beginning of COVID. So it's like, what else are you going to do? Yeah. That we would sit there and we would literally watch episodes and pause them and type out stage directions and lines and all that. We've made it easier on ourselves now, because now we'll just find like the scripts, like what are those things called? Closed captions.
Yes.
Like the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Well, you can find those. You can find a lot of them online. You just copy them and then you have to edit them accordingly. Some of them have actual scripts online to where you don't have to do anything at all, which is nice. But the group has gotten much bigger now, to where we can do things that have huge casts, like Futurama. That's the one we did. We did 2 Futurama episodes yesterday, the Amazon woman one, and then the problems with poplars. Yeah, and it's just basically all of our theater friends that are around Portland, people who know people who know people who know people, and it's we've just added more and more since then, and we do it every Friday, or at least we try to do it every Friday. It's just for fun. I mean, we drink, some people smoke, we'll, drink, and it doesn't matter. It's just for shits and giggles, basically. But it's a lot of fun. When I first started out doing this, I would literally like shake, my heart's pounding, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not an actor. Like, what am I doing? But it was, it's okay. The more I do it, the more comfortable I'm in it. And I've had people ask me, when are we going to see you on stage? And it's like, well, when's COVID going to be over? And then I'll go to auditions.
Yeah, no. Like I caught a little bit of it last night. I made my buddy who FaceTime me watch a little bit of it too. And I was actually a lot more, I was really impressed. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, the voice acting was really good. And then, I thought it was funny because, you know, it's on Zoom, so you see everybody, and some people, while they're reading it, they're like kind of doing reactions to it too. It's like, yes, the most common part of the woman's body is the baby. Would you like some Pagna?
Yes. Yeah, there are a lot of good character actors around here.
If somebody wanted to go look into that, where would they find that at?
It's on Facebook. It's capital CV-19 Pop Culture Readers Theater. And it's searchable, and they would just have to click the button to join. It's a good, loving, supportive group. There's nothing but just what we do. So there's no, if people are worried about random political posts or, whatever, that's not what it is. We have control of it. And all we post about is, hey, here's the poll for what we want to do. Do you want to do Letterkenny, Always Sunny? Whatever, like we'll do votes like for what people want to do. And then, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll usually make a decision. And then Thursday it's, hey, here's the cast list, and people can comment. And we always, we encourage new people. If you don't want, if you're like, oh, I don't want to talk in a microphone and have a line, or you don't have to. People come and watch, and we like getting feedback from them. The feedback's been really positive. It's kind of like a live radio show, kind of watching it.
Yeah, no, real quick, I want to say hey to Doc and Dan who are in the comments. What's up? But the other thing is, I would fucking love to see that with Letterkenny. Like, have you seen that yet? like somebody does something fucking stupid, messes up their line, and just like impromptu, someone's like, I wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Yeah, yes. Or Stuart. Yes, Stuart is hilarious.
Dude, is it just me, or does the guy that plays Stuart look like fucking Tom Cruise?
He does, totally. He does. He looks like a younger, like he could be Tom Cruise's son. Very strong genetics.
They need to like remake Tom Cruise movies, but have that dude play Tom Cruise's shit. Where like
I'd watch it.
Like they're doing like the end of Top Gun or whatever, and he's shooting down the MiGs like wondrous.
Yeah, yes, that would be amazing. I did say though, in the after we did our shows yesterday, I was like, if we do Letterkenny, my only request is that we pick an episode where the intro is A through Z, because they do that quite a few times where they go through the whole alphabet, and it's usually the season premiere, fantastic. Right? The what?
Usually the season premieres, right?
I think so. I'm one of those people that binge watches things, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I think so, yeah. Dude, no, it was great because like they're on like season like 8 or 9, and they've only been out for like 3 years, and it's like, hey, I know we just had a season spring, but I mean we're bored, so
yeah, why not? Why not?
And if you don't like
great show,
fuck off.
Yes, exactly.
My favorite part of the entire fucking series though was like you know how Shorzy keeps talking shit about fucking everybody's moms, and there was that one episode where like Shorzy and Riley got texts from their moms like, hey, have you seen Shorzy? He blah blah this whatever, and they're both like, oh god, he wasn't lying.
Yep. When I found that out, I was like, yes, I wanted it to be true so bad. I was like, please tell me that this dude is actually fucking their moms. And they were. So it's great. It's brilliant writing. The comedy is spot on. Timing's perfect.
Well, what's funny though is the guy that plays Wayne, Jared Keso or Keso, I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah, Jared. I would, because like one of the things, if I really like a show, I'll go and watch like the interviews and shit with him. And it's funny because like he'll be in an interview and like, you've only ever heard him talk like this, eh? But then he'd be like, yeah, so we were out writing the show, and that's kind of what that's about. It's like, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah. Yes, it's like, oh man, no, I just had his name. No, and he's Futurama. He plays the voice of Fry and Zoidberg and all that. Who? Billy West.
Okay.
Yes. So when you hear Billy West just speak normally, you can kind of hear Fry's voice in it.
Yeah.
But when he's talking, same thing. When he's talking, you're like, who is this guy? And how does he do so many voices? And why does he talk in none of them?
Well, yeah, no, it's funny because if you like go to like an IMDb page and like look up a voice actor, you'll find them that they were in shit that you had no idea they were in. Like they just have such a wide range of vocal talent from one end to the other. I forget which one it was recently. I was watching some anime recently and I was like, dude, who's this voice actress? She sounds familiar. And she had like a really high pitch, blah, 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 whatever voice. And I'm like, oh, wait, this is Goku. I didn't know Goku was played by a chick. Holy fuck. Good for her.
Goku's played by a chick?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Or like Kid Goku.
Oh, Kid Goku.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think I might be wrong. She was also somebody on Rugrats. I think Tommy might have been Chucky.
Yeah, well, Tommy and Chucky are both played by female voice actors.
Yeah, well, one of them is Goku also.
Oh my god. Voice actors, man, you can't trust them.
Rocking it.
Rocking it, yes.
Dude, no, that's another thing though too that I really appreciate that's happening is like in video games, not to take away from voice actors, but or people that are traditionally voice actors, but a lot of voice acting in video games now comes from like, high level Hollywood actors and shit, Yeah. So that's a thing.
Have you seen, since we're on the topic of voice actors, have you seen the documentary I Know That Voice?
I have it on a list to watch on either Hulu or Amazon or Netflix.
It's very good. It's very good. I recommend it.
I will get down on that one. Tell me about it.
Well, for me, because I'm so horrible with names, like I don't have face blindness. I have name blindness. And it's not on purpose, I swear. It's like I could meet someone, they tell me their name, and then 5 minutes later I'm like, shit, what was your name again?
Sharon, my bad.
So I couldn't tell you any of the names, but there were some people on there that I definitely recognized their voices, and to see what they physically look like, you're just like, whoa, that person looks like that and they can speak like that. That is amazing. And they talk about how being a voice actor is like the equivalent of being a superhero, because they can still be normal people. No one knows what they look like. So they can still go to the store, go shopping, go out, and no one bothers them.
One of the other things I was looking into that about was a lot of voice acting isn't even in Hollywood. It's in like Texas of all fucking places. I think it's in Austin. And a lot of people just work from home. They have like a little 3x3 sound booth. They just stick their head in and talk, and they could go through an entire series in one day and, get paid for it. Cause they're not, waiting on other people to deliver their lines. It's like, all right, take one. How goddamn dare you? Okay. Take, how goddamn dare you? Take three.
Yes.
Same thing. And then they send it off and whoever's doing the actual editing picks out which one they like the best.
Right.
Yeah. Where the fuck?
So can I talk to you about book 2?
About book 2. You said you had a bone to pick.
Yeah, I do. I'm a little heartbroken. I really don't know if I can handle starting book 3 because you
thought the second one was bad. All right.
What? No, not bad.
No. If you thought that was bad, put on a fucking seatbelt.
No. Damn it.
That's how I get people to read the next ones. But anyway.
You killed off one of my favorite characters, okay?
I killed off a lot of characters in that one.
You killed him off right at the end. Why'd you gotta do him dirty when he's climbing down from the wall, damn it?
Well, I mean, if you noticed where he was shot.
I don't remember. I knew it was fatal. Like there was no coming back from it, and I just was like, no. No.
Well, the thing with that though is the bullet went in his heel and came out his shoulder, so all the way through.
Right. Yeah, the way it was angled. It was fatality.
Yeah, no, but that character was also based off of Achilles. So I kind of had to kill him.
Oh, well, that totally okay. See, I like this insider knowledge because it's like, okay, if that character is based off Achilles, then that's why he got shot in basically the heel. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing with that was, you remember how towards the end of the book, the way they get into Ilium was they got inside of one of the Russian mechs and like hid inside of it and like had it on autopilot to go home.
like the Trojan horse.
Right. And that mech was called a knight, which on a chessboard is the horse.
Yes.
And then Hank was based off of Odysseus, whose idea it was to let's just like hide in something and walk in. Like,
Yes.
Word.
Yes. Oh man, they're great. They're good. I was watching. Huh?
I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yes. I just need more time to sit down and read. Because I watched a little. I caught a little bit of the last episode that you did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, I don't want to say his name wrong. Jan. And he was saying you should read a book a month. And I'm sitting here going, the last book I read was this one, and that was months ago.
Dude, no, I've been shit about reading. Like I used to, and when I say used to, I mean like I am currently trying to read like one book a fucking week, but shit gets in the way, and it's like, all right, cool. I read a book like 2 months ago, so
Yep.
Dude, no, I felt really bad because like one of the ways I got into the Instagram authors community that I'm in was like I was reading a book a week and reviewing a book a week, and
I remember that.
Entertaining. And then I got into school, and I'm still reading as much, but instead of reading people's books, I'm reading fucking textbooks and shit. So
yeah. Yeah, because it's kind of a priority over reading for pleasure and then doing funny videos with them, which are very cool. You're very engaging too. I have to say, I appreciate you and how engaging you are with people, because when I first messaged you with a few ideas of what I wanted to do, wasn't really sure what direction I wanted to go in, was trying to find a hobby, all that, I did not expect you to write me back. So when you did write me back and you had an actual conversation with me, like a human being to a human being, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
Well, A, you're welcome, but B, that's all a plan of evil capitalism, because if I can get my audience, they'll buy more of my shit. Yes, take that, commies. No, but the other thing too is like I miss that community, because like I was in the Marine Corps for like fucking 12 years. I was in the barracks the whole fucking time, so I'm sorry around people. Yeah, it was a double-edged sword, because like on one hand, that sucks, but on the other hand, every time I go outside to fucking smoke, which I can't just smoke in my fucking room,
right?
I'd go fucking strike up a fucking conversation with somebody. So I'm used to talking to people all the time, And then like that's one of the reasons I started this podcast, is because I kind of want to get drunk and talk to somebody on Friday night. What's up?
There you go.
Or Saturday, whatever fucking day it is.
Whatever. Who cares? It's COVID. The days don't matter anymore.
Yeah. So.
So
Anyway, when people fucking message me, I try to get back to them. I do usually get back to pretty much everybody. Not that I get messaged that much. It's not like 1,000 people are messaging me a day. It's like, a few. Like I'm not big, but try to get back to them. And then like I really love fucking with the scammers.
Oh yes, I really love fucking with the what, I don't know. They're either they're from the Middle East somewhere or whatever, but they
machine.
Yeah, well, they message you and they go, "Oh, you're very, very pretty girl. Show me boobies," or whatever. Well, I don't know. I used to get a lot of them all the time until I really cracked down on like my settings and privacy and stuff like that. So I get only a few of them now. But when I used to get them all the time, I had like very, very like nasty pictures. Okay, so the favorite picture that I really like to send to them is the top half was a woman's breasts, like big rack, whatever, fake boobs, whatever. Well, when you go, "Oh, do you like it? Do you want me to send you the other half?" And they're like, "Yes, please." And so you send them the whole picture, and it's actually a really nice rack and then a dick.
Nice. Nice. So there's this meme or GIF that we send around to people back in the day, and it was, I don't know if you knew Bailey J is. She is actually, I don't know if she is still around. Is or was a transsexual porn star, but she's also like really fucking hot. So like it'd be like a picture of her like brushing her teeth, and then it'd scroll down to her boobs, and then it'd scroll under her dick, and it'd be like, oh,
surprise.
Yeah. No, one of the things I like to do, because like most of the people fucking trying to scam me are people that want money, because I write, so that means I'm a fucking billionaire, right?
Right. Yes. Every white American devil is a millionaire.
Yeah, I fucking wish. But anyway, hey, listen, if you send me $500, you have to send it to me. You can just send it to this website. We'll do this, invest it in that, and then we'll return it in a month. You'll have 10 grand. And it's like, oh, that sounds great. Tell me about it. And then
they will.
Yeah, and I talk to it just enough to where, because most of those are robots. And then once you get to a certain interest level, then a person takes over. So I'll talk to it, asking it questions, stuff, until I'm like, okay, all right, this is not the robot anymore. This is a person that took over for it. And then I'll whip out, all right, so on top of being an author, I'm also an artist. I like to, or my specialty is nude portraits. I charge about $500 for these nude portraits. So instead of me sending you $500 and then in a month you sending me back 10 grand, you send me a bunch of nudes and then I'll paint you naked. And then you take the money you would have paid me to paint you and you invest that on my behalf. And then in a month, grand. And for whatever reason, they don't want to do that.
I wonder why.
Dude, no. And then like I have a couple friends that are in on it, and like I just like Photoshop their faces enough to pass like on like an 1800s like nude painting, and then I'll have him text that to that person, be like, dude, Tripp's all about this, blah, 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 whatever. And I'll text him, like, dude, I have references. My buddy Kyle's texting me right now. Check him out. And we got one, I think Kyle made this one, but it's his face, and it's a guy sitting on a chair like this, right? Just kind of like stoic and in thought. And then like then the painting, his like dick comes down to his like fucking ankle or some shit. And I'll be like, dude, I can do the same thing with your labia. Like, just like Batwing.
That is awesome. Oh, that's so great. I love fucking with people like that, especially people I don't know and who are annoying and send random messages through Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Hey, girl, what's up?
Not today, ISIS. No.
Dude, I'm like, it's shitty that ISIS existed in the first place, but it's funny that that phrase entered our vocabulary.
Yeah. I've actually used it on, because there was a guy that wouldn't leave me alone on Facebook. And a lot of the times people are like, why don't you block, why don't you just block them? Or why don't you this? Or why don't you that? And it's like,
it's funner.
Yeah. Cause this is fun. I like fucking with people. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Dude, I'm watching Jeopardy right now. I ain't got nothing to fucking do.
Right. Dude, I'm stuck at home. So this is my entertainment.
Yeah.
Although, unfortunately, since COVID started, I have not gotten any of these messages. So I don't know what everyone's doing. Maybe they all died. Who knows? But there was this guy, I started sending him gifs of like Arlie E. Ermy in Full Metal Jacket, like screaming at the camera, and just like a bunch of Marine like stupid shit gifs. And then when he like kept messaging back, he's like, I don't understand. And I was like, not today, ISIS, get out of here. Like, it was stupid, but it's
no, you got to step it up. You got to like go to like meatspin.com or like get some dude holding his asshole open from behind, like, hey, check out my small intestine. I hope you like
telling him to Google blue waffle.
I know that's a thing, but I fucking really do love blueberry fucking waffles. So
blueberry waffles are the shit. Yeah, they really are. Yeah. I mean, just don't Google lemon party then, I guess.
Which one's lemon party?
I think that's all the old men that are like jacking each other off. It's like an orgy of old men. Like, I just remember there being lots of old men involved.
Okay. Yeah, I like vaguely remember that one, like not all on it. Like, yeah, do you remember Meat Spin though?
Oh God, it sounds so familiar.
It was like the whole website was just one GIF, and it was like some dude like bouncing on his boy's dick with like doing the helicopter dick.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. There was another one that for the life of me I cannot remember the name because the guy ended up getting in trouble for like internet bullying. So they were like, well, if you don't want to get in trouble, you can you know, make another website and make it anti-bullying. I can't remember what it was, but it was like some revenge porn website thing. And I used to get on that thing all the time. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is why I don't send nudes to people. Like, it just ends up on the internet. Like,
Dude, no, that's the other thing though, is like I understand like the embarrassment with it, but and maybe this is just like a difference of the sexes, but like if I was a chick and someone leaked my nudes, I'd be like, hey, my buddy was like, hey dude, I found somebody leaked your nudes. I'm like, what'd you think? like it's out there now, you know, and like that's like one of the other things, like we have to like make that like an okay thing because at some point somebody's gonna run for president and hey, 40 years ago, check this shit out, you know.
Yeah, well,
like make it less stigmatized, I guess is the right word.
I guess. I mean, like nudity is not a problem in other countries. Like when I was 16, I had the opportunity to go to Germany for it was a whole month-long trip, but we were 10 days in Switzerland, 4 days in Denmark, and then the rest of the time we were in Germany. So, you know, by the time we get to Germany, I'm taking pictures of billboards. Like my grandma's asking me, why are you taking pictures of the billboards? And I'm like, because it's vegetables with condoms on it. Like, this is amazing. Like, I've never seen shit like this in America in my life. Like, a big poster with big vegetables with condoms on it. And then you walk into their mall and to like advertise their clothes and stuff, they have models that are like topless. And just on these
my socks.
Right. Like they're selling socks or underwear and they're topless and their nipples are showing. They're on these big posters. And it's like, whoa, it's like a culture shock, but also cool. Like they just don't give a fuck. The body is a body.
Well, weird. I think is fucking interesting is like you can't show nudity in America, right? Like that's like, oh, can't do that. But then like I'm sorry, unless it's art and like 500 years old, you know, like
sure.
Any statue from like that's like high art from like classical Greece, like this piece was hand carved by blah 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 Astopolis 10,000 years ago. Look at the curve of the breasts and how it morphs in this pear shape, and also this is also this hermaphroditic god. So look at his dick too. Isn't this art? And it's like, why can I have this and not that? Like
prudes? I don't know.
No, that probably is it because
or maybe the porn industry doesn't, you know, the porn industry makes a lot of money. I mean, maybe they're just like no nudity is allowed for anybody else because money.
Well, two things of that. So first off, yes, with the prudes, because America was not originally populated by the Pilgrims, who were a bunch of religious prudes that thought Europe was a bunch of fucking skanks, and they're like, we don't want to hang out with these skanks, and like they were their century's version of the fucking Amish.
Oh God.
Over here. And like we're still dealing with a lot of that shit, you know. The second thing though is the porn industry. They kind of dictate where technology goes. Like back in the day when it was like, are we going to do VHS? Or we're going to do Betamax. Betamax is better. Porno went with VHS. Everyone started buying VHSs. Everybody forgot Betamax. Same thing with if you remember HD DVD. The reason that Blu-ray won is because porno went with Blu-ray.
What? Porno controls America.
Yeah. Dude, no, and like fucking like I'm trying to find a way to tap into that market. My buddy Doc might be helping me out with it in a way. I'm not gonna give away his secrets.
Are you gonna model?
I'm not, but yeah, dude.
Why not?
Look, perverts they will throw their fucking money at you if it gets their fucking rocks off. So
I believe it.
I just gotta find a way to fucking monetize book sales, which Doc should be helping me out with, Doc.
Well, so you talked about that last night too. And I was thinking, I don't know what you would think of this idea, but maybe like product placement, like maybe if you just go to the VAs around town and just like leave your books scattered somewhere, maybe someone will pick it up and go, whoa, yeah, this is really awesome.
Yeah, see, the problem with that is I have to buy those books first.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
I need number 6, but since I haven't started number 3,
Well,
which
you got a minute to get to it.
this is true. Now I'm more nervous to start number 3 if it gets worse. Damn it! Who else are you gonna kill off? Probably
worry.
Someone else I like.
Or maybe everybody, and start from scratch in book 4. Who knows?
Well, I know at some point it gets to wrong way. That to this, because I haven't gotten to this part yet. So
yeah, that's Smokepit Fairy Tales in space.
In space. Okay, so that is like the 6th one, I guess.
That one's from the 4th one.
The 4th one. Okay, I have the 4th one up there.
Yeah, which that title came from one of the most like life-hitting quotes that anybody ever told me, because I have a buddy that got killed in Afghanistan. His name was Ralph Fabry. Actually, Monday is his 10-year anniversary for that. There's a whole thing we're going to. I also met my wife at his funeral. Different story, but I wasn't there when he got killed. My buddy LaClaire, who you can guess which character is based on him.
Yes.
He was like there for it, and like, freaking out and shit. And then like one of the staff sergeants was like, "Hey dude, fucking here's a pack of cigarettes, sit down." And he's like, "Dude, what?" He's like, "Sometimes you just got to chain smoke your problems away." And I was like, holy fuck, that's philosophy, man. Jesus.
Yep.
Like shitty, but at the same time, it's like, makes some fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just got to chain smoke your problems away. This
is true. And sometimes the best advice comes from, horrible life tragedies. So,
yeah. So, this is what it is.
This is true.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep going forward. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean,
you gotta keep on keeping on, man.
Yeah. You just
garden, dig it.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, it sounds silly, but I mean, seriously, you gotta do what you gotta do, like that works for you. I mean, not to get down this route, but PTSD is a thing, and it fucks with you. And so I talk to someone once a week for it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it helps. It's it's hard to like take that step to. It's like, I don't want to go and talk to this fucking head shrink that like doesn't know me and doesn't, whatever. But seriously, it's if you give it a chance and you work with it and you do the work, it helps.
Yeah.
Am I cured? No, but it helps.
Yeah, no, and like PTSD is fucking stupid too. Like not people having it, but like the way it works in your brain.
Exactly. I agree.
It never works the same way for two people at a time. It's always fucking different,
This is true. Are you frozen?
You seem a little glitchy, but it looks like I'm good. If the people in the comment tell us what's up, that might be what's up.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Are we back?
Well, you're still frozen on my end, but if everything's good on your end, then it doesn't matter. I can just. Oh wait, there you are. Hi.
There we go. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We were experiencing
bong bong bong. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. No, PTSD is fucking dumb because like it hits everybody fucking different. Like some people just can't sleep. Some people freak out over fucking whatever. A lot of people, they just get angry at shit for no fucking reason. Like there's no rhyme or reason for it, because what PTSD is at its basic level is your brain's fucked. Yes. And you can also, so PTSD acts a lot like ADHD. So for someone that has ADHD and PTSD, it's really dumb. It's really dumb trying to like get through life every day. But it like I said, you got to take the steps. You got to do what's good for you to get through it.
And mine is talking to someone, once a week. Cause it's like a combo thing. No, but yeah, I don't want to get down the dark, sad, whatever route. But yes, you're right. PTSD is very stupid in the way in which it affects you, because there are some days where it's like everything's fun and happy and rainbows and unicorn and there's so much color. Oh my God. And then there's other days where it's like, I'm Eeyore. I am sad and depressed and I don't want to live anymore. But my life is, good and great, but I still don't want to live, So it's like, what is wrong?
And the other thing with like talking to people about it, like, people go to either two ways. They talk to their friends or they seek professional help. I'm going to tell one of my buddy Doc's stories about this. I hope he doesn't mind. If he does, well, there's nothing you can do to stop me. Love you, Doc. But, he was talking about, being in whatever to talk to somebody, and it wasn't working well because he was like, well, who the fuck are you, you old fuck? What the fuck do you know about fucking what's going on in my head?
Yeah.
And apparently the rest of that session was this guy going like, all right, so I want you to put a picture in your head. I don't know what he said the guy's name was. I'm just going to go with Steve. It's
Steve.
Like,
okay.
We're going to talk about Sergeant Steve. Sergeant Steve walking around fucking Quezon, right? And this is after the first patrol, after, the actual battle. Sergeant Steve is one of 5 dudes that came back from his fucking platoon. Sergeant Steve is walking around the airstrip, and they're hosing blood and body parts out of a fucking Huey. And the colonel is like, hey, are you any good at math? And he's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Yeah, I went to college. I know how to do math. He's like, cool, you're a warrant officer now. Get in the fucking helicopter. And then over the course of the next 3 months, his co-pilots, plural, all 30 of them get fucking killed. And then he makes his way up to warrant officer fucking 4 or some shit. In the next year, he's fucking in Vietnam. Comes back to fucking Fort Campbell, fucking Kentucky, and they're like, hey, warrant officer Steve, what's up? All right, so it turns out you don't actually have paperwork for this, so you're going to be Sergeant Steve again? Have fun, kid.
Oh, the big green Winnie strikes again.
Yeah, and then Doc was like, oh, okay, so here are my problems.
Yes, that's, yeah. It gets easier once you trust the person that you talk to, but it takes time.
Yeah. You can't just spill your guts out to random asshole number one, unless you're a drunk asshole yourself, in which case hey, because you've been to a bar once or twice where somebody's like, I need to tell you my life story.
Yes.
Now.
Yes. And you're like, oh God, no, please, no, bartender, just check. Give me
I will buy you Jägermeister. Fine, I'll listen to 5 minutes of this shit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. JMO for the Waymo.
Yeah. I actually have more ginger beer than Jameson in my glass right now.
Yeah, I don't like ginger beer by itself, but I think it's good with other stuff. There's one, I think it's called Cock and Bull, and it's got it's got the thing, looks like the Red Bull thing, or the Red Bull bowl, and then a chicken next to it.
Yeah, it has a chicken and a bull on it, and Cock and Bull. This one's not bad either. Although I will say ginger beer by itself is a little not spicy. I don't want to sound like a complete white person because I really like spicy food. But I will say ginger has this unique spice to it where it kind of burns a little bit. And it's but that burn does not taste like jalapeno or habanero burn. So I don't like it. It's different.
Dude, I saw this thing, and it was making fun of white people, and it was a rebuttal to making fun of white people about spicy food. And it's all right, so check this out. In the 14 to 1800s, we colonized this. Here's a map of all the colonized countries. There's 2 dots that weren't colonized. We've had your spices. We didn't fucking like them.
You weren't worth taking over because your shit didn't taste good.
Yeah. On the other hand, I will say that I really do appreciate Central and South American spices and peppers. I will get down on that shit. I am not big on Asian spices. Like I spent a little time in Southern Asia, you know, on the Mu, and like we would do shit where it was like, oh, hey, dude, we're already drunk. Let's get the hottest shit we can, and then like Thai, like hot Thai food.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
You don't?
Yeah. And
I
it's not a heat thing. Like I can handle the heat.
Mhm.
It's not pleasant at the high end.
It's just the taste.
Yeah,
Is it the taste? Yeah.
But on that though, so we're in Singapore, I think. Might have been Hong Kong, might have been Malaysia. I think it was Singapore though. We're drinking, we're having a good time. We go get fucking Thai food. We get the hottest shit because we're drunk and our only other food is ship food. And I don't know if you've been on ship. Imagine I
haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, imagine the food you got like in middle school from the cafeteria and then like add cardboard to it.
Say that again. I'm so sorry. It cut out. Is imagine the food that I got from middle school. Okay.
And then mix it with cardboard 50-50.
Oh, well, the shit from middle school already tasted like cardboard anyways. You ever had the pizza?
Yeah. And then also it expired a month ago. So like, we're just like, I'm going to fucking eat anything. I don't care. Horse, I'm down. Squid, I'm fucking down. This literal human being's asshole. Fuck it. Why not? Anyway, we're fucking drinking, having a good time. I eat all this like stupid hot fucking like these Thai noodles with these peppers in it. And like, I'm eating the peppers. You're not supposed to fucking eat the peppers, I don't think. But I'm eating them and I'm just having a bad time and a good time. He's like, oh God, this is hot. I'm going to drown it with like all this fucking beer. It eats itself out, right? So the thing with that is like when you're on Libo in those like coming off ship, you either have to be back on the ship by a designated time, somewhere between 10 and midnight. Or if you have like an overnight pass, you can stay at the hotel, but you have to be back in the hotel at the same time you would have to be back on ship.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Buddy, we get to the hotel, we call the ship because you have to call the guy on duty. Be like, hey, this is fucking Corporal Ainsworth. I'm here. And like, I'm calling from the hotel's phone. You can trace it. This is where we're at.
Yes.
And then we go down to the first floor of the hotel because they had a jazz bar down there. So we're
nice.
Partying, fucking listening to these jazz dudes. And between sets, the singer would walk around, right? And no, we weren't in Singapore. We were in Malaysia for this.
Okay.
He was like, oh yeah, hey, how's it guys going, mates? And we're like, where are you from, dude? He's like, well, my dad's from Malaysia, but you know, I grew up in either Australia or New Zealand or England, somewhere fucking colonial, right? And he's like, oh, right. You guys speak English. I like speaking English. English is my native language. I grew up, you know, speaking this and that, whatever. And he's like this short, you know, Malaysian dude. He's like, hey, after the set, we're gonna go to this club. Do you guys want to go? And we're like, well, we already called in for the night. They don't know where the fuck we're at. As long as we're back by like, fuck it. So after the show, we pack in this van with like all 10 members of this fucking band, and then like me and my buddy, and then like 6 fucking chicks. Yes. And this van is like a fucking like Dodge Caravan. It's meant for like 8 people, and there's like 20 in it, right? And we go to this fucking club, and this club is like this. It's weird. It's out in the middle of the jungle, big white box fucking building, right? We go inside. It's maybe 100 feet by 100 feet. And it looks a lot like the club from the beginning of Blade.
Okay.
But it's all, you know, 5'0" Malaysian fucking people. And we're like,
right.
Fuck it, why not? And these chicks are like, oh, hey, you know, fucking white guys, you want some drinks? And we're like, yes. I'm not planning on smashing, but like, I will fucking take your alcohol.
Free drinks? Yes, yeah. Please. Free drinks.
So we have our drinks bought for us all night, and like we can't really talk because the music's, you know, fucking louder than fuck. And we eventually get to the fucking hotel, and it's like 7:50 when we get back to the room. We got 10 minutes to call the ship, or else, you know, we're getting in trouble with fucking whoever. And you know, I call the ship like, hey, this is Corporal Ainsworth. We're in the hotel room still. We're gonna go out our day and carry on the plan of the day. Thanks. I hang up the phone and then I exorcist vomit all over the room. But the fucking Thai fucking noodles I ate like 20 hours ago were exactly as fucking hot coming up and down in the first place. It was not a good time. And my buddy, the guy I was out with, like, I'm on the floor, just like, all right, I'm done. I think I puked up all of my stomach and my intestines, and that's a lot of blood. That might be hot sauce, but fuck me. And like he's like kicking me in the like, not hard, but just like give me a good punch. Like,
Yeah,
we have to be out of here in like 3 minutes, and I'm not gonna fucking be here when the fucking cleaning lady shows up. Get
man.
up. Yeah, the only saving grace about that is like in Asia, like they're different culture, you know. Their breakfast food is not our breakfast food. So instead of, you know, going out at 10 o'clock in the morning or like 10:30 or I'm sorry, like 9:30 because like get out of the fucking hotel at whatever time, instead of it being like eggs and potatoes and she's like, here's a bunch of fucking noodles and chicken. I'm like, oh fucking thank God. Yes. Yeah. this needs to go down now.
Oh, that's an amazing story. That's an amazing story. I wish I would have had the opportunity to deploy, but the first time they gave me orders to Iraq to Camp Cupcake, and I was super excited because I was a PFC. Yeah. And I was like, yes. Like,
it's my because like when you're a PFC, it's like, what?
Yeah. Like, I get to go do something. This is so cool. So I get my orders and we're packing and we're getting ready to go and, getting all these double checks and whatever. But I unfortunately busted my hip so bad in boot camp that I broke all the cartilage in it.
Ew, that's not good.
I didn't break my hip, but I broke the cartilage. And it was because, you're a recruit. You don't rate anything. So we didn't rate to walk on the sidewalk. And during the time when I went to boot camp, they were doing construction on Paris Island. So
you want to look like a fucking punk. So
right. So, when they said you don't rate to walk on the sidewalk, go climb on all this construction equipment and run up these hills and down these hills and whatever, I didn't fucking know any better. So here I have my backpack with, a bunch of shit I didn't need in it and my rifle and my helmet, and I'm running and I'm following this other girl. I'm short. I'm 5'4". So I'm running. I run up a hill and I see her disappear behind the hill. Well, what I didn't see was, because it was all soft dirt because they had just taken it out of the ground, was by the time I got over the hill to where I could see what was going on, I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. You ever have like an oh shit, I fucked up moment? Oh shit, I fucked up.
Your coming to Jesus moment.
Yeah, my coming to Jesus moment, because there was a huge motherfucking hole that they had dug out. And I was like, oh shit, can I make that jump? Can I make that? And I'm like, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
I can. I have to.
I'm fucking gonna.
Yep. I didn't. So when I jumped, I hit the wall on the other side and then fell down. But because the dirt was kind of like this, when I fell on my right side. Ooh. So my shoulders fucked up, my knees fucked up, my hips fucked up, my ankles fucked up. So it's like my whole right side is just fucked up. So when I got my first deployment orders, I was so excited, but I was also in the process of, why does my hip hurt so bad? And why is it some days I wake up and I can't walk and then I have to walk with a cane or a crutch or something like that? Like, fucking weird. Right. And then you never want to be that Marine on crutches. It's like, fuck, man, I look different from everybody else, and that's bad.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be worse for y'all, because like, broke dick. Like, I don't even have one of those.
Yeah, yeah, for real. So I'm super excited, and then my major comes out of the office, and he goes, Robertson, you're not going. And I was like, sir, like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah. So the Navy called and they want to do an exploratory surgery on your hip.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's a bag of fucking no.
Yeah. So I wish I could have said no, but being young and naive and not really knowing anything, you don't know that you can say no to stuff like that, I guess.
Well, that in the military, like, your options are, you can say yes or you can get the fuck out.
Yeah, you can say yes, or you can say yes, or you can destroy your own career pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So they said, you are having this surgery, blah, blah, blah. So I do that. there's no recovery instructions. They give me the report, and I have to go through and Google all these medical terms because I have no idea what they found. Because the dude that did the surgery on me retired like 3 days later from the Navy.
Really? Naval medicine did that to you? No, I can't believe that. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's so shocking, right? These motherfuckers. But so I was like, okay. So I didn't get to do my deployment. And then after that whole mess, like I'm still having my hip issues and shit like that. But I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm a Marine. I can suck it up. I can get through it. Like, because the Marine Corps, like, to make a really long story short, not a happy childhood, not a happy home life.
Wait,
like the Marine Corps was my family.
Wait,
what?
Real quick though, like you didn't have a happy childhood and you joined the Marine Corps?
I know, right? Like everyone else that's a Marine.
I can't imagine how that would go together.
Yeah.
Blowing my fucking mind right now.
Yes. But yes, so like every other Marine that has had, you know, childhood trauma or, you know, whatever, but I think also that's what makes us Marines, because we've had shit happen to us, or we've had like really unhappy childhoods or whatever has happened in our lives. And we go, you know what? The Marines are a bunch of crazy motherfuckers. I think I'll go for that.
Yeah.
But the Marines legit, that was my family. That was like my first family. Like, you know, man, I can't even tell you how devastated I was when at 19, I have another doctor telling me, you know, you can't be a Marine anymore because you have the hip of a 90-year-old. And that's when he told me at 19. I'm 31 now, so I don't even want to do the math. I don't want to know how old my hip is because I've had 3 surgeries on it total, and I'm, you know, so it is what it is. But the second time I was slotted to go into the Lioness program, and I was so excited for that. So gung-ho for that, man. Like I was like, yes, I'm going to learn Arabic. I get to go over there and make a difference and help and whatever. Still naive, young, whatever. I'm a Lance Corporal at this point. And what they did was they took my spot to go, and they put a 6-year, she was like a 6-year sergeant, or I think she was a sergeant. She's like had been in for 6 years and was a sergeant and had never deployed. So she wanted to get promoted. So they moved me out of the slot and they put her in so she could go and do the Lioness program so she could get promoted to staff sergeant, because who cares about a newly promoted Lance Corporal?
Yeah. Yeah. That has a lot of shut up boot there.
Right, exactly. So it's kind of like, you know, I really wanted to deploy, and for the longest time I felt like I was not like a true Marine because I didn't deploy. And it took a lot of time and a lot of like, you know, looking in the mirror and going, you know what, fuck it, you did the Crucible and your drill instructor handed you an Eagle Globe and Anchor, and that's when you become a Marine, and whatever else happened after that, fuck it, I did my job, and I did my job to the best of my ability, and my job sucked, man. So you know what? I still did it. I still came in at 4:00 in the morning every day to make sure that the fucking lieutenant colonel had his fucking paperwork so he could go to the general and do his little meeting. So you know,
first off with that, I forgot what the first off was. I have a thing. I'm going down on this, but hey, fucking simplify, motherfucker.
Yes, simplify, motherfucker.
No, but to go into that mentality though, fucking that's a real fucking thing. Like, I'm a Marine, you're not, you know, that fucking whatever. Because like, you know, for the longest time I had a big chip on my shoulder because like I'm sure you've met other fucking people where it's like, dude, I've been on deployment. If you haven't, fuck you. And then like want to get over that, but like still you got to deal with that. But like the other thing with that though is like, you know, like my thing was like, dude, I shot the same guy 9 times. Fucking bah, I'm the badass. If you haven't done this, fuck you. And it's like my corpsman buddy, like a truck blew up and a guy got melted to a seat, and to get this Marine out of the Humvee before the Humvee exploded, he had to put a K-bar through his back and like pretty much fillet the dude to pull him out. And it's like, okay, so I'm a bitch, got it, we're cool. But then even that, like, you get other people where it's like, oh, this guy was pronounced, or this guy killed like fucking 30 dudes after he got shot 14 times. He's pronounced dead on the bird, and then he kicked the shit out of the fucking medic that was like trying to fucking work on him. It's like, okay, well, that one up. The short end of the story is there's always going to be someone more badass than you, no matter how cool you think you are. So dude, just take what you fucking got and play the fucking cards you were dealt.
Yep, I take what I can get, and you know, because I was really ashamed. There was that whole mentality of, you know, and I hung out with a lot of grunts because there was a buddy of mine.
Party.
What?
Because they know how to fucking party.
Well, I mean that, and one of the guys that I met at the recruiting station, you know, like when you first sign up or whatever, they make you go to the recruiting station and go on all these runs and you work out and you do whatever. Me and this kid were the slowest runners in the bunch, even though he's like 6 foot something and I'm.
And his like legs like a mile long. You think you'd be able to like be in like 5 steps?
You would think, but he and I became really good friends. You know, to the point where we're still friends today. I mean, we've been pretty busy. He's pretty busy, and I'm pretty busy. We live on opposite sides now, but we still try to get together every now and then. But that's how we met. We were slow runners in the recruit whatever, and before you go to boot camp, and he actually got in trouble because what?
Is it pulley? Is that what it was?
Pulley, yes, thank you. Yeah, it's been a long time.
I'm trying to remember like 2000 mid something, so
right, like yes. He got in trouble in boot camp because I wrote him a letter from boot camp because we went to boot camp at the same time. But of course, you know, being in the Pacific Northwest,
scandalous harlot! How dare you? How fucking dare you? Send a letter to another recruit.
Well, he and I are like brother and sister. Like there's no weird, like nothing. Like this dude. So he and I used to. Well, I know he didn't write me because I guess he didn't want me to get in trouble, but his drill instructors were really pissed and they like read it. But I mean, it was full of like, dude, you will not believe, and oh my God, and what the fuck, and you know, just all this, you know, stupid shit.
So did his drill instructors read that and then like email it or text it or just send it to like your drill instructors and they were like, yes, hey Robinson, I hope you like the pit.
Yeah, not that I know of because I did not get killed for that. But you know, they say boot camp is one thing, and then they do. There are definitely the drill instructors play favorites, man. Because the squad leader that was our squad leader, it was her birthday, like during the time of boot camp. Like my birthday, okay, I graduated from high school. 3 days later, I'm on a plane to Paris Island, and then 2 days later after that, I turn 18 and I get my rifle on the day that I turned 18. And I was like, yeah, I got a rifle for my birthday.
Your name's Cheryl.
Yes.
You, keep it clean.
Yes, exactly. I was like, yes, it's the best birthday ever, even though it wasn't because we stood for hours with our poncho liners on in the South Carolina humidity and heat. And that just sucks ass when you are from somewhere where, I mean, it's like I have the window completely open, the door completely open. It's like probably 60, maybe 57 degrees out there. And I'm like, I'm sweaty.
Nice. No, like I remind me to go back to boot camp. But like me and the wife, we've been planning on either going to Washington or Oregon several fucking times, but each time it's like, hey, listen, the way we like to do vacation is we're gonna go here, road trips we're gonna do, because like driving and just bullshitting in the car is fucking great, you know?
Yes.
But the 2 times I think that we've planned to go to either Washington or Oregon is like, all right, so we're gonna fly to Vegas and then we're gonna hang out for 2 days and then like drive up there and then like spend a week up there. And it's like halfway through, we're like, hey, so do you just want to stay in Vegas for the whole fucking time?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why would you want to leave Vegas? You got pools and
we just like fly straight in. But yeah, no, going back to boot camp, like with the them playing favorites thing, they also play fucking negatives.
Yes, so they do.
I shit you not. You know how like every platoon's got like a fat kid? So our fat kid was this short Mexican dude, and I swear to God in heaven, his name was Grande. Anyway, the platoon had a standing order because the drill instructors hated this guy this much. They're like, whoever fucking injures this guy to get him dropped from this platoon, we will go buy you a fucking #1 meal from fucking McDonald's. And
oh my God.
And then I think it was during, is it BWT or BWI? Like the like short like half week thing before the Crucible. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember, but it's I know what you're talking about. Yes.
So during that fucking our guide hits this dude during Pugil Stick so fucking hard that like he has a fucking concussion. And then
God.
He goes in the fucking duty hut right before or during the square away hour and he comes out and it's like, I just ate a fucking Big Mac. I'm gonna go puke. Because like you're not eating, greasy shit like that.
Yeah.
But he still got a Big Mac. So
This is true. Yeah, I had to be careful when I ate actual food out of because for women, they don't even give you real bacon. Like they give you one piece of bread. Like
I don't think for women thing, they didn't give us food either. Like
okay, but seriously, when we were at because Paris Island, did you go to Paris Island or did you go to you did? Okay, so how like we yes, so how we train together, but we don't train together. We're just doing the same things at the same time.
I actually didn't have that. I was in like weird thing and like our company trained alone. Like we never even trained with the other.
Oh, because there are so many more men than there are women. So if you're part of like a certain company, then they train together. But it was never co-ed. We never stood next to each other or anything like that. Oh my gosh, please remind me coffee. Please remind me to talk about coffee because that shit is hilarious.
Write it down. I'm gonna say coffee.
Coffee.
Put a big arrow to it.
Oh shit. What were we?
Coffee.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just tell you that story now because I totally forgot where I was going.
We were talking about like co-ed stuff. Like we never do stuff together with the other fucking like it's like beside them on the field, but like we're not together with the other sex.
Right. But you were talking about that certain training before you do the Crucible and whatever, and I forgot where I was going. But anyways,
going under the barbed wire and they're like pretending to shoot guns.
Yes.
And it's like, oh yeah, playing school, fucking whatever.
Yes, that shit was so much fun. I had a blast doing that. That was just crawling around the mud and there's gunfire going on, the flares and everything. You're supposed to duck your head and you're like, no, don't look at the flare because it'll ruin your night vision. Yeah,
dude, and like boot camp's one of those things where like while you're there, it's like the most horrible fucking thing on the fucking planet. But like afterwards, like that was stupid.
I would do it again.
Fuck.
Yes, I would do it again. Like knowing what I know now, like I would do it again. Are you kidding me? I am definitely, you know how they say, not as mean, not as lean, but still a Marine. Yeah, I'm definitely not as mean. I'm definitely not as lean, but I am still a Marine. I would do it again to lose weight though.
Wait, you didn't gain 30 pounds when you turned 30? No. I can't imagine what the fuck happened with that. Next, you're gonna tell me your back hurts.
Oh yes. Yeah, what's really weird though is the VA does not recognize, like, because I've had all these hip issues and I've had 3 motherfucking hip surgeries, right? And my back hurts, but the VA does not recognize that your hip being fucked up to make your back hurt. There's no connection there. It's non-service connected.
Yeah, no. So, your problem with that though is that you didn't lie.
I try not to lie. I'm an honest person, damn it. I'm not gonna.
I'm sorry, elaborate. You didn't elaborate.
I didn't elaborate enough. Yes, I was not exaggeratory enough.
Dude, no, like I know some people that have real bad fucking PTSD, but it's not counted or taken care of because they talked about having abusive parents, and they're like, that was a pre-existing condition. We didn't do that to you. It's like,
well, it depends. Oh man, sorry, that's my drunk speak happening. It depends on who you talk to, because at least I have a therapist that understands that I dealt with combination trauma as a child. Yeah. And then unfortunately, because of how naive I was and how I didn't understand how the world worked, and that was definitely my parents' fault, where, one is a paramedic and one is not a paramedic, an EMT dispatcher, okay, and then a sheriff's deputy. So I got to hear about all the awful, horrible things, about like some Russian girl that gave birth and then drowned her baby in the tub because she's Russian and is not allowed to go and seek medical attention because of what her parents said. There's a huge Russian community up here. So, that's one of the examples. And then, so as a child, I'm being told stuff like very graphic stuff like that. So I'm told that the world is like this horrible, scary place. And then it's the first time out on my own. I'm in the Marine Corps. Everyone's really nice, and I'm like, oh, and if they're a Marine, then I can totally trust them because they're a Marine. That was a huge mistake because, twice I had shit happen to me, and it was, both involving alcohol and both times involving underage drinking. And
dude, and that's worse because like if there's alcohol in the system, doesn't matter what happened, that's your fault.
Yeah. So it's like they wonder why like we don't say anything because it's like, one of the times I was at a party, I was passed out on a couch and it's like black, it's completely dark and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I wake up halfway through and I'm like, what the fuck is happening to me? So it's when you have like the combo childhood stuff and then you have the MST stuff. If you don't have a good therapist or someone that cares, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that I ended up with the therapist that I did because he understands complex trauma and he's helping me work through not only the shit that happened to me in the Marine Corps, but the shit that has happened to me in the past.
Yeah.
As a kid, which I totally appreciate because I would not be a functional human being if I did not have the tools, the knowledge, and the know-how on how to get past it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, and like that's a good thing that you found the right person to do that because like it just as easily could have been like, oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, denied.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's horrible because it's like I said, you have to talk to people. It's like, I don't trust anyone at the VA until I've talked to them enough to where it's like, okay, now that I've talked to you enough and now that I kind of trust you a little bit, now I can start opening up the door and we can go down that route, which has helped. But anyways, I digress. I'm getting off track there.
Like random fucking jack off, then it's like, I'll fucking talk to you. And then like, once you do, like you still have to like run that gambit or run on the blade, I guess. I'm looking for a word or a phrase and I'm fucking failing it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You have to manage the in-between on, do I really want to talk to you about this?
Yeah.
And on their end, are they going to fucking do anything about it or just like check mark or put?
Are they just checking boxes because they're a government worker and they don't care because either way they get a paycheck? Or do they actually care about you as a human being and what has happened to you in your life with your life experiences?
And it is lucky when you find the right fucking person to do that shit.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky. Because if I had not found the right person, because how I found the right person was they put me with a therapist initially, and then she went, you know what? You would really benefit talking to this guy.
Yeah, no, I have another friend like that she was talking to somebody she was still in, so it was like at the Naval Hospital. And they're like, I don't know how to fucking do this. I can do the easy bullshit, get you off. Or I'm going to refer you to this person who knows what the fuck they're talking about. And being in the military, that's a fucking giant stroke of luck.
Yes, it is. And it shouldn't be that way. Like, for real, it should not be that way. But
it shouldn't, but I have a horror story to tell you. It's
no. Okay.
It goes, I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
That's the best story ever. Okay, I don't want to forget. I want to tell you coffee. Okay.
Coffee.
Okay. So we're doing the gas chamber.
Wait. Is this a Shell or a BP or?
I have been drinking your hopefully soon to be sponsor. So I am
Texaco. Okay. All right. You're at the Texaco station, breathing in the fumes.
Oh no. So we're at the gas chamber. And like I said, some of the, we train together, but we're separate.
Yeah.
And my kill hat, gorgeous lady. Oh, she's gorgeous. And she's from South Africa. It took me 2 weeks to understand this lady and what she was saying.
Wait, so she's one of those people where she's like, "Oh, fuck me," right? And you're like, can we?
Yes, pretty much. Yes. But gorgeous lady. Just, man, I looked up to her so much. She's awesome. And we're still friends on Facebook, and she's a gunny now and all this other stuff. So
Wait,
good for her.
Now that was a minute ago. She should be a fucking master sergeant by now. What the fuck?
Well, she might be. She's not on Facebook too often. Oh. We talk like here and there and stuff. But I mean, because of the way I was raised and stuff like that, like I did Young Marines for 4 years. You think I would be a good marcher, but apparently I'm not a good marcher. I don't march very well.
Bullshit. The only time marching counts is in boot camp, and boot camp doesn't really fucking count. So I mean, like,
yeah. Well, and I had a bunch of girls.
That's right.
Do you not know your left from your right, recruit? What is wrong with you? So there were some girls that were making fun of me. They were demonstrating how I was marching. They were making fun of me. We were supposed to be cleaning, and I see her because she had no problem putting you on the deck, no problem, and killing you, and I did not feel like it. And she comes around the corner and she's listening, and I'm just like, you should be cleaning, like I have nothing to say to these people. I'm just like, just do your fucking job. Like, get away from me. And she pulled me aside and she said, you're a little bit more mature than these people here. And she gave me some great advice. Just long story short, she gave me some great advice. And that was nice because I didn't, really have that. So she's my favorite, and we're at the gas chamber, and she's walking up and down. And of course, the male recruits are standing there, and we're facing each other. We're standing at attention in our platoons. We're facing each other. And of course, you got this guy, and his name is Coffee. And I mean, this dude was like 6'8", like just this massive dude, right?
Yeah, like John Coffey from the fucking Green Mile.
Yes, totally. Like, that is who that guy is. And he just, for no regard for his own safety or anything, he's like, "What's up, girl? What's up?" Oh, he's like, "Oh, man." Recruit. Yes, he's a recruit. And he's talking to my drill instructor, and he is hitting on her, macking on her.
He wanted to die.
Oh, yeah. And he wanted to die via her. And so, you got his drill instructors fucking with him, yelling at him, whatever. Well, when it came time to actually do the gas chamber, apparently this dude, claustrophobic as fuck. He fought off like 4 drill instructors to bust out of that gas chamber. And we were done. I'm like snotty and teary. I don't have my fucking glasses on. I don't really know what's going on. I know that my drill instructor is somewhere in front of me, and then all of a sudden I hear her yell, "Not Coffee! Oh, not Coffee! Oh, big boy, what's wrong with you?"
Dude, no, that's fucking great. But also, for some clarification, write some stuff down because I do have some civilian listeners. Let's go over this again. Can you explain the gas chamber?
Okay, so the gas chamber is this tiny ass cinder block room. Sorry, I needed a drink.
Oh no, I'm right there with you.
Where I don't know what it is exactly they're burning in the middle. I don't know what chemical that is.
What they're burning is fuck. I knew what this word was 30 seconds ago.
Capsaicin?
Yeah, yes.
Is it the stuff in mace?
No.
The
stuff in mace is peppers. This stuff is synthetic, but pretty much what it is it's a type of tear gas that in the gas there's little fucking like crystals that like float in the air, and that gets in your sinuses.
Oh, and yes.
It makes you eject everything from every fucking orifice.
Everything.
It's fucking imagine like, so you know how you like see shit on the news where like cops are like tear gassing people? Imagine that, but you're in a 10 by 10 room.
Yes, you're in a 10 by 10 room. So basically, you're in like a cell block, okay?
Yeah.
you're in a cell block. You're crammed together, wall to wall, body to body, because the Marine Corps doesn't know space. You are butt to nut, pretty much, and you have to do all these exercises and stuff. They make you put your fingers. So like, I'll use my glasses as an example. They make you put your fingers on the glass like this, so they know that your mask is open. Wait, so you can breathe it in.
That's all you had to do?
Well, no, we had to do jumping jacks and push-ups and like all this other stupid shit, running in place.
No, we had to do that, and then we had to take our masks off and sing the Marine Corps hymn.
Yes, we had to take the mask off and sing the Marine Corps hymn. Yes.
But what's great about that is like that's an annual training thing. It doesn't always happen, but you're supposed to do that once a year the entire time you're in the Marine Corps, right?
Yeah. However, I mean, who was in charge of that training? Because I only did that in boot camp.
Yeah. I did it several times, but I lucked out every time I went, because every time I went, I had some type of fucking sinus infection or like the flu or whatever. Like I was sick as fuck. And they're like, hey, if you're sick, don't come in here because it might kill you. And I'm like,
that's not what they said in boot camp. They said, if you're sick, you're going to be very happy for the gas chamber. And I was coming down with, like, I was all plugged up and shit. Not after I was done with the gas chamber. That's what I was getting to.
Like, it just stroke of luck. Every time I went to the gas chamber, I was getting sick, like not sick, but getting sick. You know the difference, right? And I was getting sick, and it was like, okay, so I'm going to be puking tomorrow morning if I don't get rid of this. And I'd go into the fucking gas chamber, and then everything that was in my lungs and in my stomach ended up on my fucking shirt. And then after the initial was done, fucking amazing. Like, dude, no, like I scared somebody at fucking school last semester, I think. And she had like I was talking to one of my classmates, and like she had her like keychain out, she had a little thing of mace. And like I was coming down with, I'm sorry, it wouldn't have been last semester. It'd have been like 2 or 3 semesters ago, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
And like I was all congested and like fucked up. And I was like, hey, Lexi, I need you to take me outside and mace me real quick. And she's like, what?
You did not. Did you really?
I said that to her. She didn't agree to it. And she's like, why would you want me to mace you? I'm like, because it makes you not sick anymore. She's like, that's not how it works. I'm like, yeah, it is. And then like I left class, and like I didn't go buy mace to mace myself, but I was seriously fucking contemplating it.
Dude, so like when I was a kid, I remember like, because back in the day, sheriff's deputies are like public servants. They didn't have health insurance.
Yeah.
Like that was not a thing. We were on state health insurance for like ever. And so I was getting really sick, and I remember my dad took a whole spoonful of hot sauce, and he took a cup, you know, kind of like this size. And he put a whole spoon of hot sauce in it, and then with water. And he was like, here, drink this and then go to bed. You'll feel better.
Dude, and like put that in a shot glass, like fucking, like doesn't even be strong, just like Cholula.
Yep, for real. And it did. It worked. You know, at least I didn't have, you know, at least we didn't have to pay out of pocket for health insurance. Yay.
Yeah. Dude, another really good one for like if you're sick is hot toddy, where you take just a little bit of hot water and you mix it 50-50 with whiskey that's also warm. And then after that's 50-50, you add it 50-50 with honey. That way, you know, it's warm, goes down your throat, and the honey makes the whiskey stick to your fucking neck. And like it or not, alcohol kills shit.
Yes.
Cleans out your fucking system. Fucking an internal wound remedy. Fucking works. But also, the other thing I wanted to bring up, like for the civilian audience, can you explain getting killed on the deck?
Getting killed on the deck? Yeah. Oh, okay. So, man, we just did this. So Jay had me do a Reddit comment to someone because they were talking about stolen valor. Sorry, I'm drunk. Valor.
Dutch call it. As the French say, it's stolen valor.
So, they were having a whole conversation about it. He was like, "Can you reply to this guy's comment And I was like, sure, because it's all about the life experience. So I forget that, like, it's a thing, you know, like you forget, like, oh, these people didn't experience it. They don't know what getting killed on the deck means.
Yeah.
So the deck is a floor, and getting killed means do push-ups right now, do sit-ups right now, do side crawls right now, do side straddle hops right now, do crunches right now, do push-ups right now. And it's they're going at that pace, and they're like, do this, and you have to do it, and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh god, what do I do?
Pretty much CrossFit as a punishment.
Yes, CrossFit as a punishment.
Yeah.
There was this girl who was stealing food from the chow hall, and
Wait, was she stealing food or just peanut butter packets?
Food.
Oh.
Like this girl
with food.
Eggs, like the eggs.
Oh, okay.
And because she used to be a personal trainer before she joined the Marine Corps, and so she was like ripped as fuck. And of course she wasn't like a double rats kid or anything like that, so she wasn't like getting the food that she needed.
I need my calories, bitch.
Right. So she got caught stealing food. So they took her to the sand pit, and they made her a sugar cookie, which is basically like they work you out so hard that you're drenched in sweat, and then they make you roll around in the sand, and then you look like a sugar cookie.
Yeah, covered with fucking sand, which sucks. Remind me of sand and sweat when you're done, but go on.
Sand and sweat. Okay, sand and sweat. So yeah, they made her go until she threw up. And they'll do that sometimes. They'll make you work out until you puke, or they'll make you drink water until you puke.
Dude, listen, I would rather 10 out of 10 work out till I puke, vice drink water.
Drinking water until you puke. Yes.
No. So much.
No. Has the Marine Corps ever heard of water poisoning? Because that's a thing.
Yeah. No, but anyway, back to sand and sweat. This happened with this chick I knew back in the day. The character Satin in the books is actually based off of her. But it was this chick I was dating in high school, and this is when I was living in Virginia. So like, grew up in Florida until I was like 13, 14-ish. Bad, messy divorce. Ended up moving to Ohio. Turned 18, said fuck it, moved to Virginia Beach. And then when I was in Virginia Beach, fucking like got the last half of fucking high school done, and then joined the Marine Corps.
Do you have a divorce before you were 18?
Not my divorce, parents' divorce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Sorry, parents got divorced. It was real ugly, blah blah blah, this, that, and whatever. But I was living inland, a little bit outside of Oceana, which is a fucking naval air station. But the girl I was dating, who I again met at church. I don't know what's up with fucking skanks and being at church, but
because it's a sin.
Yes, and they like it. But anyway, fucking she lives on the beach, right? And where she lived in a place called Sandbridge, and then from Sandbridge, like, was not really a private community, like wasn't gated, but it took 15 minutes to get there from anything. So like nobody went there unless they lived there. And then like north of that, 5 miles away was Dam Neck, the naval base. So like there was nobody on the beach. So what we would do is like we'd go to the beach, like we're gonna go to the beach and like go for a walk up like 5 miles, and then like just like fuck on the beach. But we were getting into it. Like we put a towel down and everything, we were going into it, and like we were playing the in and out game. And then I didn't realize it, but the towel moved up. I pulled out, cock got covered in sand, and then straight back in.
No.
It was not a good experience for fucking anybody.
No, sand in the vagina is just the worst.
Literally though, like just like,
yeah, literally
full of sand. Have fun, kid.
Oh man.
We were for a couple of weeks after that, and we were teenagers. It's like, hey, we're in a bed. Yeah, but what about sand? It's like, I don't know. It could creep up. I don't know. No, but the other thing, back to boot camp talk. One of the things I did want to bring up is it's kind of funny because when you're in boot camp, like your drill instructors are like the scariest fucking fucks that ever fucks, right?
Yes, they are.
And it was funny because my kill hat, I later found out through a buddy that he was a fucking cook. And my buddy was going through a chow hall line somewhere, and like, Gunny fucking Terry was like giving him fucking eggs. And it was like, wait a minute, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, move on. I was like, all right. But I remember this dude, scariest guy on the fucking planet. Like he was like tall, like fucking like 6, 7, or 8, like lean, fucking like, you know, he stands up straight and he's still fucking bent over backwards, like that kind of fucking like lean motherfucker, but like still had biceps that came out to his fucking like the next fucking dimension. Like, and he was
Dude,
like
my recruiter. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, like, I don't know this, but I'm imagining his like parents like came from fucking what fucking East Africa. Like he was blacker than the fucking Ace of Spades, and he was cockeyed, and like he had something wrong with his eyes. So there's a ring of yellow. It wasn't jaundice. It was like an actual fucking eye thing around his fucking irises. And this dude we thought was literally fucking Satan. Fucking, I remember one time. Fucking, we're all in the fucking head doing our fucking shit, and he comes in there just screaming, "Get out of my head! Get out of my head! Get out of my head!" Which, you know, A, is scary, but B, is like, in retrospect, some dude screaming, "Get out of my head!" You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But we all go back down the fucking squad bay, and he comes out, and he's got this foot-long fucking turd in his hand. And he's like, "Whose is this?" And then we're like, fuck? "Not mine." He's like, "Is this yours?" And we're like, "No, sir, that's not mine." Next guy, "Is this fucking turd yours?" "No, sir, that's not mine." So he's waving some piece of shit he pulled out of a fucking
literally.
truck, and he's like bare fisting. "Is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours?" Trying to figure out who didn't fucking flush the goddamn toilet.
When I went through veterinary technician assistant school, someone's dog pooped because the veterinary technician assistant school that I went to is in the Lloyd Center, which is the mall here in Portland.
Yeah.
So it's on the third floor of the mall. And we'd bring our dogs and stuff on certain days for lab days. And the rule was you pick up after your dogs, because if they shit inside, you have to pick it up because it's carpet. And so I had a teacher that someone didn't pick up their dog shit, and she picked it up with her hands and she smeared it all over the table.
No.
I was like, oh my God.
No.
But I was going to tell you, the people that become drill instructors, like they have like the weirdest fucking jobs in the Marine Corps. Like my senior drill instructor was a post office. She worked she was a postal Marine.
Okay.
She worked at the post office. And then you had like my recruiter, he's a cook, but he's like ripped as fuck. Like he does like bodybuilder competitions.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to go to the field, so he can go to the fucking gym for 3 hours a fucking day.
Oh, I'm an asshole. I really am. I'm a bitch. Okay. How do I make this really long story short? I basically had a problem with 2 of the staff sergeants that I worked with upstairs in G4, which was the embarker side, because I was an embarker, an 0431.
Okay.
Such a useless. Anyways, I don't want to call it useless because I really don't want to offend any other embarkers, but really I was open admin because I was tricked at MEPS, because I signed a contract, and then at MEPS they were like, "Oh, you know, there was something wrong with your contract. Here, you need to sign this other contract." And it was an open admin. So then I got embarker, which is like,
you were tricked at MEPS? Was this before or after you showed that old dude your asshole? Which, by the way, fucking listeners who are not in the military, there's a part when you go into the military, you have to like your asshole to make sure.
Not for women. Not for women.
Really?
Not for women, but we do have to have a pelvic exam, which included this like 90-something-year-old man who had to stick 2 of his fingers in my vagina and make sure my vagina wall was okay.
Okay, so long story short, if you're not in the military, when you go to join the military, you're gonna get fingered. Gender regardless.
They violate you in every single way possible because you become government property.
It's
and FYI, yes, and FYI, if you get sunburned in the military, that is an NJPable offense.
That's destruction of government property.
That's destruction of government property. Yes, it is. So. Oh fuck! What was I saying?
So we're not getting the same holes, but holes are holes regardless. Gotcha.
Yes, this is true. What was I saying before that? I was telling you a story, and now I'm drunk, and I don't know.
We were talking about getting fingered by old men.
No, we weren't. Oh fuck. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I mean,
what?
he had like a German accent, and like he was nice about it.
Well, he didn't. He
so
didn't.
What we were doing now. And where were you stationed at?
Miramar.
Miramar, dude, that's a nice place. I was in Pendleton for a fucking bit. I was a little bit jealous of the Miramar guys.
I spent a lot of time at Pendleton. Oh, I was telling you about my buddy before. When we didn't have cars, we would do that weekend like shuttle thing back and forth. I spent a lot of time on Camp Horno. That is there's like a permanent like sad dark cloud.
Yeah, dude, I was with wait, is this right? Fuck it. I was with 3-1 for a bit, so you know.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. So I hung out a lot at Camp Horno until it became dangerous for me to hang out at Camp Horno because I'd stay with my buddy and like there was no sexual whatever. Like I know it's weird for a female.
Hey girl, what's up? You ever had your asshole looked by a fat man in an overcoat?
Well, it was more like his corporal got really fucking drunk and then wouldn't leave us alone, and then he was demanding that I come back to his room with him, and I'm like, first of all, that's an unlawful order. Second of all, you're not my fucking corporal.
You're not my supervisor.
Yes, you're not my supervisor. So yes, I just totally. I was like, nope, it's not safe for me to be here anymore. So then he'd come and hang out at Miramar, which was more. They call it swinging with the wing. I can't deny that it was pretty swinging,
dude. Like no, even on fucking Pendleton, there's that helicopter fucking squadron there, and they have their own fucking like barracks and chow hall and like a little area, and like we'd fucking bounce across base to go to the fucking air wing fucking chow hall because it's like. Wait, this is actually food.
Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought when we got to fucking rifle, like when we went to go do the rifle range in boot camp, because you get to eat at that chow hall at the rifle range, and it's not your normal chow hall, and you're like, oh my god, it's real bacon and it's real eggs.
They even overcooked it so it's crispy. Holy fuck.
Yes, exactly. It was like, oh my god, this is real food. It's not the cardboard like turkey, because like we got turkey bacon all the time, not real bacon. It was turkey bacon.
Dude, I don't understand why turkey bacon's bad though.
It's fine, but it's just like dry and it doesn't taste like real bacon.
No, the thing is though, is like it should be good by itself because bacon's good. Turkey is fucking delicious.
Yes.
You should think that if they made bacon out of turkey, like it should be good.
It should be good.
I don't know why it's not.
It's like you eat it and you're like,
maybe it's just the expectation. It's like, yeah, this isn't a fucking pig.
I don't know. I don't know.
No. Speaking of pigs, though, I have a funny story about that. So this is a recent thing. This is like a this week thing. So, So for school, we have to take like a language, and I took German because
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ja, aber mein Deutsch ist schlecht.
Ein bisschen, ja?
Yeah.
Ja, langsam bitte, ja.
Mir geht es gut. But anyway, fucking I took German because of the languages available. It was required that we take a language, which I think is fucking stupid because it's like, if a language pertains to your major, I absolutely fucking get it. However, if it's just a language, regardless of whatever, that doesn't fucking help with what I'm trying to fucking learn. Big score. But the other thing, or I guess part 2, was I didn't want to learn a new alphabet. So something with the Latin alphabet. And 3, like it was like what, Italian, French, Spanish, and something else from fucking Europe.
No, you picked the right. You picked the right one, and let me tell you, you picked the right one because German is completely phonetic.
Well, I mean, the other thing with that, with my selection process was Germany is the only country out of those language speakers that has good music.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Right. But we were doing a thing this week where we had to take we had to bring in a picture of a family member, and we had to like write like a little fucking like bio for them, because like I'm in the class now where like there's very little actual work. Most of it's just talking about whatever. Like in German. Like the whole class is in German. There's like no English in it, you know?
Sure.
And I show a picture of my granddad when he was in France in 1946, right? And my teacher's like, "Oh yeah, no, that's nice. That's suave." You know, he's like wearing a suit. He's got his hair slicked back. He's very handsome. Is your family from France? And my teacher, by the way, is from there. And she's like, "Is your family from France?" So like, "Oh no, he was there because he just got done killing a bunch of Germans." She goes, and I'm like every time I think about that, it's like, hey, maybe you asshole should have fucking started some shit. We want me having this conversation right now.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have let Hitler come to power and let Nazism be a thing.
Yeah. Like, what is it? There was a movie I watched. I think it was called Checkpoint Charlie, but it was about like the Berlin airlift and like this checkpoint in Germany in like 1946 or 7 or whatever. And the Americans are like having this fucking huge argument with the fucking like German delegation over there, and like the Germans are making all these fucking demands. I'm like, did you guys forget what was going on like a year ago?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you remember?
It's like, listen, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but shut the fuck up.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, speaking of that though, it's a movie on Netflix and a book, and they're both fucking amazing. It's called Look Who's Back. And
Look Who's Back.
Yeah, and pretty much what the plot is Adolf Hitler wakes up in 2015, and he's like in his uniform and everything. He's like, wait, where are the Russians? There's no Russians here. Why are they selling kebab? Did the Turks come in and save us? What's going on? But like he ends up like, you know, being like this homeless fuck because he doesn't have a job or anything. And he shacks up with this like newspaper salesman. And the movie and the book go a little bit different directions on this, but he ends up being this like huge YouTube personality.
Oh my God.
Because like everyone in Germany thinks that, oh yeah, this guy making fun of Hitler, it's cool, but he's just out there like doing all the fucking Hitler shit. And it is kind of scary though, because both the book and the movie frame it in a way to where at the end of the movie you're like, no, he's right about that. And then you're like, oh fuck, I just said Hitler was right. Oh god damn it.
Yeah, well, at least your mother didn't tell you that you could be Hitler. You could be the next Hitler. I don't have a relationship with my mother. Let's just put it that way. But okay, yeah. So you know, but one of the last memorable conversations I had with her was she wrote a children's book about CPR and first aid. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to give her. Yeah, fuck her. But it was this very nice premise of teaching children. You know, if your grandma, all of a sudden, because, you know, part of what she took away from me and part of why I can't forgive her is since I was a teenager, I had been helping her teach CPR and first aid classes. So like the American Heart Association, I'm like a huge nerd for. I'm on their newsletter. Every 2 years, the science changes. Like this is why you can just do chest compressions and you don't have to breathe for the person anymore because science gets better as time goes on. Well, yeah. So I was super passionate about it, but she ended up using, you know, my name fraudulently to teach bigger classes because it's one instructor to 6 students. So, you know, so she paid for me to get my instructor's course and then never had me do a course. And then I called and said, how many classes have I taught this year? Just out of curiosity, 11? Oh, okay. That's not accurate. So, you know, in a nutshell, that's one reason to not talk to your birth giver.
Yeah.
But
you told you're gonna be the next Hitler.
Yes. So she wrote that book teaching kids like what to do in a situation with, you know, an AED and chest compressions and stuff like that. So it would be less scary for a child if they were like out with grandma and then grandma all of a sudden had, you know, cardiac arrest and fell to the ground. Like they would know what to do. And so I was talking to her about, because I have a friend, his name is Brian, and his guide dog is named Sherman, and this guy is legally blind. But if he takes his phone or anything and he holds it like this close to his face, then he can see what's going on. But legally, he is blind and he has a guide dog.
Like big, like Coke bottle fucking glasses.
Yes. So when I worked for the veterinary clinics, I don't do that anymore. I don't work at veterinary clinics anymore because I am compassion fatigue the fuck out, and I'm tired of the verbal abuse, and I'm tired of, oh, this person's mad. Amanda, can you handle this person because you talk with people very well?
And say, hey, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, most people just want to be heard.
Yeah.
And if you just let them talk, then it's like, okay, I understand. Now that you've talked for 20 minutes, here's the solution to your problem. Here's what we can do. So I'm a pretty good problem solver, but that takes a lot out of you. Just compassion fatigue is a real thing. And I had to stop and say, you know what? This job is not for me anymore. My mental health is suffering. I cannot do this. So that's why I left. But anyways, my idea was, the next book should be guide dogs for the blind, and how because the biggest issue that my friend Brian has is that even when people ask him, hey, can I pet your dog, and he says, no, I'm sorry, he's a working dog, he's my seeing eye dog, people still ignore him and then pet the dog. And Sherman is like the biggest love bug you'll ever meet. Like I love this dog. He's awesome. And the reason why me and Brian became such good friends was he was paying out of pocket like something like $30 twice a day to take an Uber to bring the dog to our vet clinic so the dog could have allergy injections, because this dog was a lemon. This dog never should have been a guide dog anyways. He does a good job as a guide dog, and he does his job. But with all his ear infections and his allergies, he's very expensive to keep up. So I told Brian, here's my number. Whenever he needs his injections, just call me and I'll come over to your house. I don't care. Like, don't spend $30 to take an Uber to drive here and then pay another $15 for us to give him a shot just for you to spend the $30 back home. Like, so, I did that for, select few people, because it's like, he's on disability, he's blind. It's not his fault that the guide dog he got has allergies. So, I helped him out a lot before he moved to Colorado. But again, just last week, he posted that someone was like really pissed off at him because he said, no, please don't pet my dog because he's working. He's my seeing eye dog. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to write the next book on seeing eye dogs, working dogs, their purpose and why it's not okay to just go up and pet them. You need to ask. Because, and then she told me, so how my mother told me that I could be the next Hitler was, that's right. Connect with the children, teach the children. That's what Hitler did.
Yes,
get to the children. Yes, the Hitler youth. My ex-husband's grandfather was actually part of Hitler youth camp, but his mom either like paid somebody or something and got him and his brother out of the Hitler youth camp, and then they fled Germany. It's crazy. These youth camps or whatever, you hear really weird stories about it. But that's the story of how my mother called me the next Hitler, is because I wanted to write a child's book on, hey, children, here's what to do when you see a working dog.
Yeah, dude, no, and like what's crazy about that is like that wasn't even really that long ago. Like there's still people alive that were there for that shit,
Yes.
Like I've heard other people talk about it towards like, at what point can we get to it when we joke about it and like think it's fun? Because
we're Marines. Anything is anything is on limits.
Well, no, I meant like society at large, because like we'll joke about shit, be like, hey, look, I'm Genghis Khan. What's up? Ha ha! You show up to the party, like, yeah, that's cool. And if you look at it comparatively, Genghis Khan was 1,000 times worse than fucking Hitler was. But we celebrate Genghis Khan for being this fucking guy,
You were talking about him in the episode yesterday with Jan, how he weren't you? You were talking about him, right? How like he sent messengers and they killed all the messengers in Baghdad, and then he sent messengers again and they killed all the messengers again or something.
Yeah, and then like when Genghis Khan finally did get there, like, oh, you want money? So they like got a bunch of molten gold and like poured it down the throats of the fucking Amars, and it's like,
oh my god.
All right, cool. So you guys are doing the exact opposite of whatever fucking the round is.
Life was so brutal back then.
Yeah. Well, dude, no, like fucking like life didn't stop being brutal until fucking maybe 70, 80 years ago. Like if you really think about it, like fucking like penicillin is a new fucking thing.
Yes.
Also,
And
not dying during childbirth is kind of a new fucking concept.
this is true. But okay, that's funny that you bring that up because so me and Jay have decided that we are going to have one child eventually in the future.
Just one.
Okay. Just one.
Is his name going to be James Tiberius Kirk Robertson?
No, he's a third. He's a third, so no, it'll be a different name. But we were talking about that because I said, well, do you want to have one or do you want to have two? Because here I am as a woman in America.
Jokes on you.
Well, I'm like thinking about future things, right? And I'm like, okay, so you want to have one and done? And he's like, yes, I want to have one and done, and that's it. And I go, okay, that's great. So just so you know, when we're at the hospital and I say, hey, I'd like to have my tubes tied, that means that you're going to have to sign a piece of paper confirming and allowing,
which that's stupid, by the way.
But. Yes, and that's exactly what he said, and he did not know that because he didn't know that, and he looked at me and he's like, are you fucking serious? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, he's like, that is unacceptable. And I was like, welcome to America.
Hey, guys,
what's up? Contrary to popular belief, women do not have control over their bodies, and it's really hard for us to get birth control.
Which is also dumb.
Which is also dumb.
I mean, yeah, no, it's fucking dumb.
It is.
I mean, granted, there is that other side of the argument where it's like, dude, just pull out. But well, that works. That works, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, PSA announcement: that is not an effective method of birth control. Do not pull out and think that you are exempt from fatherhood. Because guess what?
No. I mean, that's what the Amish do, and they only have like 10 kids.
But what about pre-ejaculation? Okay, that is a thing. Did you know sperm can live inside?
They only have 10 kids.
Did you know that sperm can live inside a human vagina for 6 days?
Yeah, dude, they're resilient, man. They got like bandanas on and machine guns. Like they're on a fucking mission.
They're on a mission.
No, because like when you blow your load, that's all the fucking like pussy ass reservists. Like all the dude, all the fucking like spec ops dudes, they were in there before your fucking dick was.
Yeah, you got the recon. Recon went out first.
Like, where's this fucking egg? Like they're like swimming up with like a knife in their fucking teeth, just like.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good image. You should draw. You know what? You're good at artistic work. You should draw some sperm with teeth in their mouth and bandanas around their heads. Charging towards the egg.
Like they come to the egg and like they can't get in, so they put like a fucking like C4 like breaching fucking block on it, go back 10 feet, click the fucking button, and they're like, go!
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. You're funny. You're hilarious. I enjoy your Instagram page. I enjoy the stuff that you do on here. I wouldn't know half of the things. You talk to someone, and again, I'm horrible with names, but you talk to someone about like art, like veteran art, and I joined that Facebook page, and that Facebook page is cool. Like there is some cool art that comes off that page. And then you were talking
because I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what the page is called. It's called like Veterans Art Collective, yeah. I think.
Yes, Veterans Art Collective or something. Yeah, no, that sounds familiar. Yes. Yeah. And then you were talking to Jan yesterday. Mm-hmm. Jan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm afraid to say his name wrong. And I actually there was a link to something Comedy Central with Kepler or
Kepler
or whatever.
Hey, it was really fucking good. I don't know if you watched it or not.
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I was like, this shit is awesome. Like, I want to go be a wrestler.
Well, no, what was great about that was like the bad guy at the end of it ended up being fucking Mr. Red Tape, and he was the personification of the red tape bullshit you have to deal with the fucking VA. He's just like throwing fucking Xanax. I was like, this is for your PTSD. Have fun with these pills, bitch. And then they fucking like slam through him like while he's lying on a fucking table and shit. Like,
Yes, it was great. It was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. I was like, this is hilarious. I was actually sitting on the couch because, like, with the way our setup is, I know you can't tell through here, but we have a bar table, and then in front of it we have the couch, and then the coffee table and the TV. We live in 600 square feet, and that includes the outdoor patio. So it's a really, it's really, yes, it's a really.
You gotta move out of fucking Washington. I'll go on that rant in a minute, but go on.
Yes. Oh no, I know. But we, we have a very small space. So I'm sitting on the couch, and then Jay is sitting up here because he's doing something for a theater company, trying to get their fall fling they're having like a gala. If anyone's interested, it's Twilight Theater Company. It's Portland, Oregon. It's called the Fall Fling. It's an online gala. It's going to be entertaining and live as we can make it. But it's
where can they find that on the internet if they wanted to go look?
TwilightTheaterCompany.org.
Okay.
And it's happening next Saturday, October 3rd. Okay. What time is it? 7? 7? Okay. I think the consensus is 7 o'clock.
Okay.
But there'll be more information on the website and Twilight Theater's website or Facebook page and all that. We support a few theaters around here in the area just because, with COVID, they are suffering and they do need donations to stay alive. So, since Jay is an IT person, he's doing all the technical stuff for this. And he was sitting up here and he could see what I was watching on my computer, and he was laughing at it too. He thought it was great. So they did a great job. And I'm glad that Comedy Central did right by them and not, make fun of it or whatever, but bring awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been super easy to be like, look at these fucking losers.
But I mean, yes, sure. But it was great though.
I'm really glad they did them right, because it would have been easy to like spin the other way on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like one dude had like all this makeup on his face, and I was like, hell yeah, that's getting into character. I appreciate that. Because when we did Archer for the first time, I joked and I said, I want to be Mallory. And they gave it to me. And I was like, oh shit. I asked for this and now I got it. And now what the fuck do I do? So I have like
for motherfucker.
So I have a bunch of these pearls. So I put a bunch of pearls on, and I put my hair back, and I just, basically like Marine style, like knife handing the microphone, yelling into the microphone.
The hair bun with the fucking like slick back.
No, I no longer put product in my hair because I spent enough time in the Marine Corps with helmet hair. Thank you very much.
If you can't tell, I haven't got a haircut since 2 weeks before I got out.
You actually have longer hair than me.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Dude, it was funny when I was at the S1 fucking checking out. Like I had like long-ish hair for a high and tight. Like I hadn't got a haircut in 2 weeks.
3 inches, Marine.
Yeah. That shaved that morning, and like I was waiting to get my DD-214, and like I took all my leave like before that. So like when I got out, it was like, hey, when I'm out, no trouble. Right?
Yep.
And fucking I'm standing at the desk getting ready to sign my shit, and this fucking first sergeant comes over trying to chew my ass, and he's like, blah blah this, blah 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 blah. Who's your first sergeant, blah blah whatever. I'm like, oh, that's this guy. You can go fucking talk to him, whatever. Why are you I'm like, can you give me like 1 second, first sergeant? And I was like, okay, so Dave, fuck off.
Wait, okay. So when I went to go pick up my DD-214, because I was medically retired, okay, and terminal.
High five.
Terminal Lance used to just be a form on the internet, and it was cool as shit when it used to just be a form on the internet. Now it's like, okay, whatever, you're just another comic strip, whatever, kind of funny.
Same fucking jokes all over and over again.
It's the same thing over and over again. When it was also, a form,
real quick, fucking, we're about at our time limit, so I'm gonna give you a cigarette. That's our time limit.
Give me A cigarette. Okay, yes. Okay. Well, okay. So I bought a baseball tee that said Terminal Lance on it. And I'm wearing jeans and tennis shoes. And I go to S1 and I'm getting my paperwork. And Gunny Pineda comes out and he goes, so here's your paperwork. And he goes, are you ready? I go, ready? I go, Gunny, what are you talking about? Ready for what? And he goes, are you ready for your retirement ceremony? He's like, do you have your blues? And I was like, what? I was like, I get a retirement ceremony? Nobody fucking told me this. I don't have my blues. I look what I'm wearing. It says Terminal Lance. Because I was a Lance getting out because they wanted to promote me to corporal, but when you're on a med board, they say, fuck you.
Yeah,
so
I get you on that. Like I was medically separated, not retired, but
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But,
well, yes, but still, the retirement part was good. But yeah, then he was like, I'm just kidding. And I was like, fuck you, Gunny. You fucking asshole. Making me think that everyone's gonna put on a fucking retirement ceremony for me, a Lance Corporal, and nobody, you piece of shit.
Dude, no, there was this guy in Quantico. He retired as a corporal. Interesting fucking story. I don't remember what his name was. There's an article written about him. I'll share it if I find it again. But pretty much what happened was like back in the fucking late 80s, early 90s, I guess. Fucking the guy joined the army, did 4 or 5 years, got out, joined the Navy, did 4 or 5 years, got out, joined the Air Force, did 4 or 5 years, got out, joined the Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps bumps back to fucking zero. And like it's like him with like all the fucking services fucking ribbons, his like hash marks up to his fucking corporal rank, and like the fucking battalion sergeant majors out there being like, hey, so corporal whoever's retiring today, blah blah blah, whatever. And I'm like, how the fuck did you like get out of the army and decide this wasn't enough bullshit? Joined the Navy, decided that wasn't enough bullshit. Joined the Air Force, decided it wasn't enough bullshit, and then fucking kept going,
And then, and you know what? If he just would have joined the Marine Corps first, he wouldn't have had to gone through all those other boot camps.
No, and there is a hierarchy. Like, was it like Marine Corps, Army, Navy, Air Force? Like, you could just skip boot camp,
Yes.
but like the way he did it, he had to go to boot camp 4 fucking times.
Yes.
It's like, dude,
Yes,
that's dedication. Like, I wish I was that much of a fucking American. Goddamn. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man, it was so much fun talking to you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude. So hey, fucking, we're out. Fucking, thank you very fucking much for being here. We'll have to do this again.
Thank you.
We will have to do this again at some point.
I will.
We had a fucking good conversation. Fucking what? Star Trek, military shit. Fucking.
Oh man, did we start with Star Trek and now we're on this?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you got Star Trek pins on your board. I got some on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Here-ish somewhere. They're in this area, but dude, no, you got all of them. I only have the Next Generation. Fucking.
Oh no, don't! I can't take credit. This is all Jay. That's been his quarantine project. This is the Star Trek wall. So he has 2 scripts, and I bought him all the pictures and
dude, fucking.
I only moved your pictures that you drew because like you drew me.
Dude,
and,
no.
And then
fuck me. Fucking either fucking good on you for buying that shit or congratulations on him for fucking collecting it.
Well, he collects it, and I bought it, and I did like. I don't know much about Star Trek, but I try to pay attention to my significant other, and I try to buy him things that I know he likes.
All right. Well, fucking, as last words before I end the broadcast, tell him I said kapla.
Tripp says kapla, Jay. He says.
All right. So let me thanks for everybody fucking